December is looking like a great month for sneaker releases with Travis Scott Jordan 1s, more SB Dunk collaborations, and Kobe's that you would never expect, and much more. Today, I'll be going over all of the best sneaker releases coming this December, along with their resale predictions and release information. If you guys recall, I promised we still had a lot of shock drops left for November, and we saw all those come to fruition, the most notable of which, of course, was the Travis Scott sneakers cam, not only because it was profitable, but it was a pretty fun drop too, and if you were prepared, it was a pretty big cookout for you. But if you missed out, don't worry, because we have some even better shock drops coming pretty soon. Obviously, this is one of those drops that you did need to be prepared for in advance because you needed two devices, one to display the sneakers cam image and one to actually scan it from the app. So no, you actually didn't need to go to ComplexCon in order to cop these because we had our team there in order to take a picture of the picture that was needed for the sneakers cam, and then we shared it with all Endurance members. If you missed it though, don't worry, because there's more drops coming soon. You could join Endurance with the link in the description below, and on that same link, at least join the free group for free guides, alerts, and a method to get you free Chick-fil-A meals. This is to give you a taste of everything we offer outside of sneakers, like stock investing, sports betting promotion, exploits, Amazon FBA, price glitches, and much more than that. So check it out with the link below, but let's get started with all these sneakers that are dropping in December. Starting off December with a pretty interesting release, we have a rapper collaboration. This time it's Lil Yachty with the Air Force One Concrete Boys. Honestly, I think these came out pretty nice. They're not too crazy, just a nice touch of detail on them, mostly white with a touch of navy as well, and it looks like these are holding up very well. They did sell out on Lil Yachty's website on the 23rd, and now resale for them is still holding up, and especially with the retail of just $130, there still should be room for profit on these after the main release, which is tomorrow. Granted, it's not going to be much, probably just around lunch money, but definitely a drop to look forward to tomorrow. Now, also pretty interesting on December 2nd, for $210, we got the Jordan 4 Net White in women's sizes. Now, usually, I'm pretty skeptical of Jordan 4 women's, but this in particular is supposed to be very limited, and even though it looks really crazy, demand actually seems somewhat decent on these bigger sizes. So, when it comes to those top three biggest sizes, because they are women's, I do think those have lunch money potential. I wouldn't recommend going for the small sizes, but those top three biggest sizes might actually have some room for lunch money, and of course, Nike has free returns, so no risk. Also on December 2nd, for $200, we got the Jordan 12 Phantom dropping. Unfortunately, like all Jordan 12s, I would expect these to just be personals, and if you do want a personal, try to wait for a sale on these because it's most likely going to come. Then on December 3rd, for $115, we got the SB Dunk Low Dark Smoke Gray dropping. Now, unfortunately, a lot of SB Dunk Lows have been bricking as of lately, and there's nothing too special about these, so I would have to say personals only despite the retail being low, but don't sleep if you want a personal because they'll probably sell out. Then on December 4th, for $230, we're getting the return of the iconic Foamposite 1 Metallic Copper. I'm really happy to see this classic Foamposite colorway coming back. Let me know if you guys are just as excited as me, but unfortunately, most people are not because resale on them is already close to retail, and I would expect these, of course, to just be personals like most Foamposite general releases. Also on December 4th, for $285, we're getting another Alpha Fly 3, this time in the Fuel the Fire colorway, and honestly, these things look really awesome. If you're looking for some fire running shoes, no pun intended, you could go for these too. But as for resale purposes, I can't say the same. With the retail being so high, it's very rare that these Alpha Flies end up doing well. But if you do want a personal, I would not recommend sleeping because I am expecting these to sell out despite that high retail. Then on December 5th, for $135, the Wizard of Oz Nike SB Dunk Low is going to be dropping. Now, these look really crazy. There's a ton of detailing on them, which I do appreciate from Nike. Unfortunately, they're not the most wearable, but depending on how limited they are, they might actually have some potential. It looks like bids are looking pretty decent right now. We're a couple days out. We'll see as we get closer, but right now, I can see the biggest sizes potentially having room for some lunch money, especially if you have no tax. Also on December 5th, for $550 for one colorway and $450 for the other colorway, respectively. Those are the Sunset and also the Moonlight pairs of the Swarovski Nike Air Max Plus. These are going to be dropping, and unfortunately, I'm not expecting either of them to be profitable. We've seen a lot of these collabs brick already with Air Maxes, and I don't think these are going to be any different. I think these are less sought after models than the Air Max 97s, and aside from the silver bullets, even those didn't do well. But if you do want a personal, I would not sleep because I do think these are going to sell out. Also on December 5th, for just $115, we got the Who Decides War and Jordan Flight Court women's sizes dropping. This is another collab. Unfortunately, I don't think this model has enough demand to make these profitable, but with the retail that low of $115, I at least have to say there might be some potential for brick profit on the very large sizes, but I'm pretty skeptical of that, considering even when it came to the Jordan 4 RM Nigel Sylvester Driveway Gray, which looks very similar to these, even those were going for around 150 to 160, and a lot more people are excited for that. We're excited for that collab in comparison to this, so after seller fees, I'm really expecting these to just be personals. Then on December 6th for $190, the Jordan 1 High Golf Gold Toe is going to be dropping. Now, there used to be some hype when it came to Jordan 1 Golfs, but as of recently, most of them have started bricking. If the UNC pair brick, I think these are going to as well, so I'm going to have to say personals only, but don't sleep if you do want a personal. Also on the 6th for $225, we're getting another Soulfly Jordan collab, this time on the Jordan 12, and this is the Jordan 12 Cafecito. Honestly, I love this. I think Soulfly always does really well with their collaborations, but in terms of resale, I can't say the same. Those Jordan 13 Soulflies did end up bricking, even though that colorway actually ended up being one of my favorite Jordan 13s ever, and I wear them a ton. Most people just don't feel the same about Jordan 13 and Jordan 12 models in general, so the demand just won't be there, especially with the retail of $225. So these are just going to be personals, but they look pretty nice, so if you want a fire pair of personal Jordan 12s, definitely consider copping these. Then on December 7th for $125, we got the SB Dunk Low PRM Seattle Supersonics. Like most Dunk Lows, I am expecting these to just be personals too. And honestly, these are not the most wearable. I'm not a big fan of this colorway, but let me know what you guys think. Then on December 7th for $190, we're getting the global release for the A Ma Maniére Nike Air Max 95 While You Were Sleeping. If you guys remember, these dropped a while back on October 25th on the A Ma Maniére website. They were mostly just bricks, but as of right now, if you look at sizes above 11, the very big sizes, which usually do well for Air Maxes, these are actually holding up for lunch money. So I expect that to still be the same when these drop. So just stick to those very big sizes, and there should be a little bit of room for lunch money to brick profit. Definitely nothing significant, but a drop to look forward to nonetheless. And remember, Nike sneakers does have free shipping and free returns too. Also on the 7th for $200, we're getting the Jordan 5 in Black Sail Metallic Silver. Like most Jordan 5s, I am expecting these to just be personals, and if you want a pair, you'll probably be able to get these on sale, so do be patient. Then on December 12th for $240, we're getting the Kobe 9 Elite Protro Christmas back again. Unfortunately, even the Kobe 9 Elite Protro Halos bricked, so I would expect the same fate for these, so strictly just personals, but if you do want a pair, don't sleep, because I am expecting them to sell out. Then on December 13th for $200, we have the Stash Air Max 95, and for $160, we also have the Stash Air Force One Low. Now when it comes to both of these, I am expecting them to just be personals. Their retails are pretty high respectively for each of them. I wouldn't expect this collaboration to be too hyped. I also don't think that they're executed very well, but overall I'm expecting these to end up just being personals. Maybe very large sizes on the Air Max 95 might have some brick profit potential, but that's all I'll say as of right now. I'll keep you guys updated because it does depend on stock numbers obviously, and Endurance is going to post all the stock numbers for every single Nike release inside the group, so you could join with the link in the description below. Then on the 14th for $230, we're finally getting the return of the legendary Jordan 11 Legend Blue. This is one of my favorite Jordan 11 colorways. So happy that we got these back. I copped a pair on the shock drop. As always, Endurance posted the early info for that release too, of course. Now, I know a lot of you guys are really excited for these, but for resale, I can't say these are going to be good. These are just going to be personals. It is just slightly overproduced, so they are going to be bricks. Maybe we'll see a slight impulsivity effect after the drop because I am expecting them to sell out actually, but I'll have to update you guys on these full seller hold video before the drop, so subscribe and enable post notifications for videos like that. Then on December 18th for $210, we get the Jordan 12 Blueberry dropping. Like most Jordan 12s, I would expect these to just be personals, and if you want a pair, be patient, wait for that sale because it'll probably come. Then on December 21st for $150, much more exciting, we got the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Velvet Brown finally having their release. Of course, you could expect these to be extremely profitable with an incredible margin. Obviously, you want to go for all sizes. Now, we are going to post when the raffle goes live inside of the free Discord, so if you haven't already, make sure you join with the link in the description below. Consider getting Gargantua AIO. The link for that is also in the description below, which does much more than sneaker raffles too. A lot of people have been making tons of money off of sweepstakes in particular. Then, sometime in December, but without a precise date, we have the Nicole House Nike SB Dunk Low collaboration dropping for $125. Now with a retail of just $125, I do think there will be some room for some brick profit to lunch money on the very large sizes, 11 and above, but nothing too crazy. And last but definitely not least, we have the Kobe Bryant Air Force One low. Yes, this is an Air Force One low, but it's supposed to pay tribute to Kobe Bryant, and it looks like they're also taking some inspiration from the Louis Vuitton stamps. But anyway, I think these came out really nice, but more importantly, they're limited to just 8,000 pairs. So at a retail of $150, I am expecting these to be profitable with a good margin. But not only that, definitely need to personal these because they look pretty insane. Now that's just about it as of right now, but obviously more releases are going to pop up, so just make sure you subscribe and enable post notifications, and remember, join the free Discord for free alerts like the Travis Scott raffle, which we're going to see. And also remember, we got some good shock drops coming up, so consider joining Endurance too, not just for sneaker reselling, but for many more ways to make money online too. Other than that though, have a fantastic rest of your day, and of course, good luck on all these releases.